warm welcome to the graduates because they're big day. Thank you everybody for coming, family, friends, media, clients.
Gebeya የኢንፎርሜሽን ቴክኖሎጂ ማስተማሪያ አካዳሚ የመጀመሪያዎቹን 7 ተመራቂዎች ባሳለፍነው ቅዳሜ ግንቦት 12 2009 ዓ.ም በመዲናችን አዲስ አበባ በካፒታል ሆቴል በደማቅ ስነ ስርዓት አስመርቋል። እኒ የገበያ የኢንፎርሜሽን ቴክኖሎጂ ማስተማሪያ አካዳሚ የመጀመሪያዎቹ ተመራቂዎች ላለፉት 6 ወራት የኮምፒውተር ፕሮግራምን በመፍጠርና ማበልጸግ የአይቲ ኦፕሬቲንግ እና ኢንጂነሪንግ የሞባይል ፕሮግራሞች ፈጠራ UI እና UX ኢንጂነሪንግ እና በድረገጽ ግንባታና አወቃቀር የትምህርት አይነቶች ዕውቀትን ሲቀስሙ እንደቆዩም በምረቃ ስነ ስርዓቱ ወቅት ተበስሯል። ተመራቂዎቹ ከመመረቃቸው በፊት በተለያዩ የዓለም ሀገራት በመዘዋወር የተለያዩ ፕሮግራሞችን የመፍጠርና እንዴት የራሳቸውን ቢዝነስና ድረገጽ መፍጠር እንደሚችሉ ተግባራዊ ልምድን መካናቸውንም የአካዳሚው ኃላፊዎች በምርቃቱ ላይ ተናግረዋል። ገበያ አካዳሚ ከተለያዩ የአፍሪካ ሀገራት የመጡ ተማሪዎችን ስራ ፈጣሪና አነስተኛ ወጪን የሚጠይቁ የቴክኖሎጂ አማራጮችን እንዲጠቀሙ እንዳስቻላቸውም ተነግሯል። ገበያ የአይቲ ባለሙያዎች ማሰልጠኛ አካዳሚ ተመራቂዎቹ ትምህርታቸውን በጥራት እንደመጨረሳቸው የተሻለ የቢዝነስና ስራ ዓለም ውስጥ እንደሚገቡም ተማምኖባቸዋል። የገበያ የኢንፎርሜሽን ቴክኖሎጂ ማስተማሪያ አካዳሚ መስራቾች አቶ አማዱ ዳፌና አቶ ሩህ አማኑኤል አካዳሚውን በአፍሪካ እያደገ የሚመጣና ተጽዕኖ ፈጣሪ የአይቲ ኢንዱስትሪን የመፍጠር ራዕይ ሰንቀው ወደ ገበያው መግባታቸውንም በምረቃው ወቅት ተናግረዋል። ዋና መስሪያ ቤቱን አዲስ አበባ ላይ ያደረገው ገበያ አካዳሚ በቅርቡ ኬንያ ውስጥ ሌላኛው ማዕከል ከፍቷል። ሌሎች ቅርንጫፎቹንም ወደ ተለያዩ የአፍሪካ ሀገራት የማስፋፋት እቅድ እንዳለውም ተወስቷል። DireTube ሚዲያም ገበያ የኢንፎርሜሽን ቴክኖሎጂ ማስተማሪያ አካዳሚ የመጀመሪያዎቹን 7 ተመራቂዎች ያስመረቀበትን ስነ ስርዓት ተከታትሎታልና ትታደሙ ዘንድ ወደድን።
Into professionals that can better manage their times and deliver their work into a deadline. This past few months, they've been working on their projects and they have dedicated their time. Sometimes they were even at the training center before the Gebeya team. We've seen a lot of promising young people. So I would like to say congratulations. At last your hard work has paid off. And it's been a pleasure seeing you all into your journey. Some of you have been into paying jobs even before graduating. That was really inspiring and inspiring to the other trainees. And we'd like to appreciate you for all your hard work. At last, I would like to thank the team who made this possible, the Gebeya team. They worked day and night to make this into a reality. For Gebeya, this is a really big day for us because this is the day where we see the fruit of all our hard work. And each and one of us here at Gebeya are really happy about it. So I'd like to say again, congratulations to the graduating students. It's been a pleasure working with you all and seeing each and one of you getting to know you. And for their families, congratulations to you as well. So I'm going to pass on to Amadou, who is our CEO and the General Manager of Gebeya. So thank you.
So give me a second here, please. All right. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, our esteemed guests, graduates. Thank you for coming and celebrating this graduation. This is the first. We hope to have many to come. I'd like to first thank the staff, Gebeya staff. Without them, we wouldn't be here today. They pull out all kinds of strings. They assisted the graduates to the fullest. Anything they needed, they were there for you. So I really want to take the time to really thank you. Give them a really warm round of applause, please. Now, for the graduates, it's going to be interesting. Some of you go out and get your jobs, right? Some of you already have jobs. Some of you will start building great companies in Africa, in Ethiopia and across. I believe that. I believe that you have now the skills, the necessary skills to compete in a global environment. Yeah? The other thing is, some of you went through a lot of trouble, sacrificing time from your daytime job, your family. Some of you have wives, some of you have kids, but you pulled it through. So you should be very proud of yourself, and I'm extremely proud of you today.
And thank you for the introduction, appreciate that. I'm really proud to be here in my home country, just to support all the graduates. This last 6 months has flown by, and it's just all hitting me in the last few days, just seeing everybody here, getting ready to walk across this podium, you know, and receive your certificates. I'm just here to let you guys know we're here to support you past this, as you graduate past this first level of the Gebeya experience. You know, you're transitioning now onto the platform, and I want to encourage you, I want to talk a little bit about the incubation. That's really what I'm here in Ethiopia to do, is encourage social change through technology and digital solutions. Not all have to have, I mean, they all naturally have societal benefits, but you know, the first incubated idea we have is Kukulu. It's a mobile application from some of our students, and you guys will all see what that's about in the next few minutes. They'll come and do a presentation. But I want to also really encourage the graduating class to come in and talk to Amadou and I. If you have any Foundry ideas, that's also what we're pushing, is incubating within Gebeya, whether it be healthcare solutions, whether it be mobile apps. That's what we're here for, and that's one of the next stages of Gebeya. So I just want to encourage you guys to build out any ideas you have. If you need capacity, turn to the platform. If you need any direction, mentorship, come back to Gebeya. It's a place for you guys. It's a home that you guys always have for that kind of directorship and kind of mentorship as we build out these ideas.
Thank you very much. Good morning to you all, dear graduates, invited guests, and the entire Gebeya team. My name is Abnet Shimens. I have a master's degree in computer science, and I've been working as a senior software engineer and project manager for the past 7 years in a software development company that I own with my sister. Even though I stayed in the profession for more than a decade, the past 5 years have been very special to me, and I like to tell you about that. I've been engaged in a self-initiated project, and this project, now I call it Yeshi Spell Checker for Amharic, after my mom. And this project won us a prize in the 4th ICT, National ICT competition, and the prize enabled us to step forward. However, the project is too complex, and since it could not be implemented immediately, there were several occasions where we had to pause and work on smaller but paying projects to sustain our company. Now, one day in 2016, I was sitting at home, just watching TV reluctantly, and then I came across with an interview. This interview was with the director of training at Gebeya. By then, I was a new mom who chose to stay at home to raise my newborn baby for about a year, and I was in the middle of figuring out what to do next with regards to my profession. And then I was completely amazed watching the interview, because it was literally an answer to all the questions I had in my mind. I immediately knew that it was a perfect fit for me. The training will help me to be up to date in knowledge, and the online marketplace will put me in a position where I can get access to local and global projects, where I can work from anywhere. So I immediately decided to join Gebeya, and I did. Once the training started at Gebeya, I was introduced to the latest state-of-the-art of software project management methodologies. It was promising to learn that as much as software projects failed, there were newer techniques to facilitate fast delivery, and nowadays software projects are being completed in a matter of months with what we call agile software project management methodology. And I had an amazing experience sharing with highly qualified and professional, capable professionals. And then to continue fueling my drive, I began studying design and development of API, the track I chose to specialize in, and I began understanding what an API is. What was very much interesting to me was the fact that the API engineer would worry only about the data storage and retrieval, and will not be concerned how that data is presented to the end user. And I was also able to see the huge importance of task division among software project team members, so that they can be able to produce useful pieces which will be later integrated to fully implement the product. Today, graduating from Gebeya gives me an immense pride because I'm now equipped with knowledge, ready and eager to be in the market, waiting for new opportunities, which for sure will follow. But this was not the only thing I've gained from Gebeya. Gebeya presented me an amazing opportunity to incubate my personal project, the one I told you about earlier, and eventually make it available for the market. With Gebeya's support, I'm confident that my personal project, my dream, will become true. Thank you very much.
Morning. My name is I am a software engineer with over 10 years of experience building enterprise systems for desktop, web, and mobile. I studied computer science at Gebeya University. I was class of 2005, so I'm probably one of the oldest people in my class. So just like Abinand, back in 2016, I saw an ad on Facebook, I think, about Gebeya and about this amazing program that they had with all these specializations and all the unique, up-to-date training programs. So prior to that, as a software engineer, I always look to enhance my skills by being on different platforms, on training platforms. Some of you might even have heard of them, such as Udacity, Coursera, and the like. But what I found out on those platforms was that most of the programs were slightly outdated, and usually the training focused on introductory material. And as an African, just like Amadou said, it wasn't really geared towards us, which we are people with unique challenges, really. So what I was looking for was a program that would teach me, okay, I already knew how to program, I already knew how to build systems, but I was looking for a training course that would allow me to build real-world applications and even know how to monetize, make money, and enhance it further. So what I found out from day one at Gebeya was that it was exactly what I was looking for. It was practical, it was to the point, with additional information added to us for us to explore on our own. The entire process, I learned quite a number of new things, but I also had reinforcement to my already existing knowledge, and it was always encouraging to attend each and every class. And it also gave me the opportunity to interact with different people, young people at the different levels of their careers. The class atmosphere, despite we're not native English speakers, was always warm, was always collegial. Credit to the trainers, really, especially Tony. He was really interesting in that aspect. And we did a lot of coding projects, coding exercises. Each class was practical. It was never boring, and you would never sit down and just like doze off. And finally, the biggest challenge, our biggest challenge, was our capstone project. It was a real-world application. I worked on Buymore. It was a point-of-sale system. Fortunately, we were able to do enough to graduate today. And so I'm happy that it happened. And now that it's graduation, I know it's been mentioned about the Gebeya platform. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to taking on projects from all around the world. And of course, make my returns on my investments. And seeing how, really, this is my opinion, seeing how Gebeya operates and how, like Amadou said, you know, they're pulling strings everywhere. And we even got some projects while we were still training. I'm really confident that the future is very, very mouth-watering for me. Thank you.
I'll be presenting this project, which is called Misika. I think the first thing I need to tell you about the project is the meaning of Misika. Because Misika is not an English word, it's not an Amharic word. It originates from Ghana, and Misika means my money or my gold. So, I'm sure you have already understood that Misika is about money. Misika is a money remittance system. And in the next slide, I'll explain to you the kind of problem that we have addressed in this project. To describe the problem, I think the best way is to ask you to imagine something. Assume you have a cousin living in USA. Most of us do have relatives in USA, so I'm sure it will be easy for you to imagine this situation. And let's say this cousin of yours, assume she wants to send you money. And imagine how easy and interesting will it be if she can use just her phone to send money to you. And as a receiver, if you just receive the money in the same way. Imagine it, just take 2 seconds. This way of sending money is very easy, very fast, and very secure. I want to give you another scenario, using the same example. Imagine this cousin of yours, this same application offers her another functionality, which is, let's say she can pay bills in Ethiopia while she's living there, using just the app again. And on the other hand, what if you'll be able to send a request to your cousin to send money for you, using the same application? This is actually what Misika does. So, to build the product, we have designed a solution, and the solution is illustrated in this diagram, as you can see. This diagram shows the various steps in the money sending process, starting from the sender to the receiver. By the way, Misika is integrated with 2 payment processors. One resides in the US, and the other payment processor, I think it's called Empower, is in Ghana. So what will happen is, when the sender initiates a transaction, opening the app and entering the required information, including the receiver's phone number, this request will be sent to the payment processor in US. And once the payment is processed, this same transaction will be redirected to the payment processor in Ghana. And the payment processor in Ghana will make sure that the receiver gets paid. And in the meantime, the receiver will get notification on the mobile app. I'm sure you will understand this process when my colleague Beta Bakre demonstrates the app later. Before we pass to the demonstration, I want to give you an overview of the components of the system. We have three major components in Misika. We have a mobile app, I was talking about it. We have also a web app, we call it the dashboard, which is used by back office users to control the data in the system. And in the middle we have the API. By the way, I am one of the API engineers in this project, and I think it's my responsibility to explain to you what an API is. It's a very big component. So I would like to dedicate the next 1 or 2 minutes to explain API. Sorry. I'm new to this device, I'm sorry. Okay. API, I don't want to define it for you. The concept is very tricky. I'll just give you an example with the context of Misika. Like I told you earlier, we have a mobile app, we have a web app. Assume the user is a certain user is using the mobile app and he's signing up. It's a very basic process, right? So the user just enters his information, maybe his name, his phone number, blah, 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 and then he'd sign up. The mobile app, at this time, will send the data to the API so that the API can process and store the data. And let's take another scenario. Assume an officer at the back office uses the web app to view the list of registered users on Misika. So he's just opening his browser and clicking a certain button to generate this report. The web app will do the same. It will send this request to the API so that the API fetches the data. So now I think you understand that the API is the backbone of the system and it's a glue between the two systems. Without the API, the mobile app and the web app cannot talk to each other. So most of the data, not the data actually, most of the features, most of the things are implemented within the API, and the applications are like faces to the API. The applications will deal with the application level logics. So do you have now some idea about what an API is? I hope so. It's very technical, I know, but at least I think you understand that API is a glue between these two systems.
Yared Dejani? Okay. Congratulations. Yudidia Gabra Dingal? Okay. Jonas Gila Gabra Madam? Jonas. Nathan Bersha? Nathan Bersha? Elda Desalegn? Elda Desalegn? Sosina Tarafa? Sosina Tarafa? Masresha Tsagaye? Masresha Tsagaye? Jonas Tesfaye? Eyayu Tafara? Eyayu Tafara? Eyayu Tafara? Mikias Amdu? Tegest Fugru? Tegest Fugru?